4, and this time around we're going to be looking at something that I first saw back in 2nd grade. Like, literally, I was in a 2nd grade class and they showed this. The teacher had recorded it off of the previous Sunday night broadcast. You remember when Disney would have on, well, I think they might still do, I'm not sure. They would do those broadcasts on Sunday night, especially made for TV movies. Well, they made this one for, well, I don't know if it was around the Halloween season, but it always got rebroadcast on the Disney Channel around Halloween. And, well, take a look. It's pretty creepy for a 2nd grader.
And so, for day 4, we've got Mr. Boogedy. This little gem was made for TV back in 1986 and originally showed on Disney's Sunday evening movie special block. It features the Davis family moving into the New England town of Lucifer Falls. Subtle movie. Real subtle. The father, Carlton Davis, runs a novelty shop called Gag City and has moved his family out here to open a new branch of the franchise. But when they get to their new house, they're treated to this lovely sight.
As advertised, definite fixer-upper.
Indeed. When they go in, they are greeted by Mr. Witherspoon, the head of Lucifer Falls Historical Society, who, by the way, is played by John Astin, the original Gomez Addams. He says, "Welcome to town," and then tells them to get the hell out. He goes on to tell them that their house is haunted by the ghost of a pilgrim named William Hanover, but better known as Mr. Boogedy. Now, catch this backstory. William Hanover was a hateful man back in colonial days and hated everyone and particularly loved to frighten children, leading to him being called Mr. Boogedy by the kids since, well, that's what he would always shout at them. He did, however, have a thing for a young widow named Marion. One day, he made a deal with the devil. Yeah, freaking Satan. He sold his soul in exchange for a cloak that would give him magical powers. He kidnapped the widow Marion's son, Jonathan, on his way to the doctors in order to force Marion to marry him. However, he also decided to try and use his cloak to cast a spell, and, well, it kinda blew up in his face. Literally. Yeah. Gifts from Satan tend to do things like that. His house was destroyed, and now he, Jonathan, and Marion are ghosts haunting the plot of land where Boogedy's house once stood, and now stands the Davis' house. The 3 kids immediately believe in the story, but the parents, not so much. The mom is kinda down to earth and not ready to believe in ghosts right away, and the dad, well, Mr. Davis is too obsessed with his new gags and attempts at playing jokes to care about things like haunted houses. Late at night, though, the mother is visited by the widow Marion's ghost out in the front yard. She can't enter the house to be reunited with Jonathan because of Mr. Boogedy. Mrs. Davis, now believing in ghosts, convinces her husband to try and deal with Boogedy. The gruesome sight of Mr. Boogedy appears before the Davis family and attacks them. Through some quick thinking and, well, dumb luck, one of the kids is able to get Mr. Boogedy's magic cloak caught in the vacuum cleaner and it gets sucked off of him. Without the cloak, Boogedy is no longer able to maintain his haunting of the house and disappears. The magic cloak also apparently vanishes, seemingly putting an end to the threat of Mr. Boogedy. Marion and Jonathan are reunited and pass on into the afterlife together, and everything seems to come to a nice, happy ending. Or does it?
Besides, as we all know, there are no such things as ghosts.
You wanna bet?
Just kidding, just kidding.
Carl.
Oh-ho! Sequel bait! You betcha. So, yeah, this movie was a lot of fun as a kid, and it still is. Parts of it actually managed to scare me when I was little. I mean, check out Mr. Boogedy's face. He's like a PG-rated Freddy Krueger. Actually, one of the scariest things in this movie is the mother's laugh. Listen to this.
Oh.
will be hearing that in your nightmares tonight, folks. You're welcome. Aside from the mom's laugh, all the characters are pretty good. You might find the dad being obsessed with cheap gags a little annoying, but yeah, he'll grow on you. Also, the movie's theme is decently creepy. I am desperately looking for a plain music version of it without movie dialogue because I really want to play it at Halloween. So, anywho, watch this movie if you get the chance. But it'll have to be on YouTube or an old recorded videotape because as far as I know, Disney has not released this movie on DVD and unfortunately has no plans of doing so anytime soon. Oh well, too bad. Well, that's it for now, folks, so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And, of course,